Hello and welcome. I just want to introduce to you, this is Molly and Brent. They are my mentors who helped me get into this business. Do you want to say hi, Molly and Brent?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thanks for having us, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you.
My pleasure. No, I'm so excited to have you join me on this meeting. My why of getting into the business is when I spoke to Molly, I was in a bit of a down part in my life. I was running a retail store, which I hated because everything's online now. Thanks to them, I got the courage up to get out of my 7 days a week stressed life of running a business, and now I'm working part-time and being an online entrepreneur. So I brought Molly and Brent on here tonight just to ask them a few questions and get some answers from them on why they joined. So thanks again, guys. So
you're welcome.
Yeah, so what was your main reason for joining?
Money. No.
We're all chasing that.
Yeah, look,
Freedom,
time. But you really can't
family.
deny that money makes the world go round, and it's a big part of why we do what we do. But you know, I guess for us, we've always been really family orientated. Previous to starting this business, you know, I was working 60 hours a week. Molly was working 50 hours a week. Maddie, our daughter, was 2 and Molly was 6 weeks pregnant. So, you know, yes, we were busy, but we were busy missing out on time with family and each other, all because we were tied down with a job, with a 9 to 5. I was working 6 days, Molly, Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
And it was just taking its toll. It really was. It was, we sat down one day and we could completely map out the next 50 years of our life. And it was a very depressing moment. And it was kind of that clarity that we both looked at each other and realized that we have to do something. We have to try something new. We have to try to build something on our terms, or else we're just going to work for someone for the rest of our life and nothing's going to change.
And just to add on that, Brent and I have always been very driven people as well, and having something of our own that we completely were in control of and being our own boss was always something that stood out to us and made us want to work harder as well and start something for ourselves.
Yeah.
And is it true that Brent wasn't in on it when you first started?
No, that was me.
Yeah. Brent came in later.
Yeah, so Brent found the opportunity.
Yeah, look, Molly was the skeptical one.
Yeah.
She really was. She was. We tried a few things similar in the past, and it didn't work out to us. A lot of what we tried was selling to friends and family. You know, the kind of typical MLM that we tried, and it just didn't work out. So when this kind of came into our life, obviously Molly had her skepticism about it, as most people do. You know, I'm not saying that I was 100%, you know, I guess not sold, that's the wrong word to use, convinced maybe, but you know, we've all had that conditioning. It's just, if it's, you know, most of the time, if it's not a trade or a uni degree or a 9 to 5, people just label it something that, you know, unfortunately it's not. You know, they're just not educated in what we do. So 100% Molly was really hesitant. I saw a lot of value in it. I knew, I just had this feeling in the pit of my stomach that was just,
It did, didn't it?
I just said, babe, like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, this is honestly our ticket out. And you know, I came home and I said to her, look, I've spent a little bit of money and we got to get it back. And she freaked out. She thought I bought a jet ski, and then I told her I bought a business, and she freaked out even more.
I was like, how do we have the time to start a business?
Yeah,
that was what I said, and I think not because you spent $99,
yeah,
but it was more the fact that you know, we were busy, we were both working full time, and you know, being so newly pregnant at the time, as well as I was exhausted constantly. But you know, Brent did something that we have never ever regretted, and will constantly be thankful for that he did start the opportunity.
And I make her well aware every day.
Awesome.
Oh, dear.
We are just lagging a little bit. Your screen freezes every now and
Oh, are we?
Are we?
Oh, sorry.
It's got a lovely picture of you.
Yeah. I think
We are live. This is real.
Yeah.
Real quality.
It's the only drama we face with the online world.
So you've been in this business now 14, 16 months?
16, going on 17.
17. Yeah.
Yep. So in that 17 months, what's the best thing that's happened?
Look, the main two, we've both been able to quit our full-time jobs.
Yeah.
That's got to be the main two. For us, you know, Molly was able to quit her full-time job within 6 months, and I quit my full-time job in November last year, which was about 10, 11 months. Yeah. So, you know, within 12 months, this thing has taken over 2 full-time positions. So for us, that's probably the best thing that's happened, because now we're both home with the kids.
Yeah.
Especially myself. Obviously, Molly being a stay-at-home mum before, she's had that experience with being able to be with the kids. For me, it's such a new thing, because with Maddie growing up, I was only there at night and, you know, on Sunday. I never experienced my daughter growing up, which was one of the reasons why we gave this everything. So that's, for us, is probably the biggest.
Thing, yeah.
You know, financially, we've never been better off.
And I guess as well, our dreams, you know, they're coming true daily. You know, there's so much more out there that we've always wanted, but we didn't know how to get it. And now, you know, having those dreams come true and taking those opportunities when we can, and having the freedom and the time to do everything that we've always wanted to do is massively changed our life.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're living your life basically now the way you want to.
We are. We really are.
Yeah. We were actually walking today, while I think of it, sorry, Michelle.
Yeah.
We were walking today at the zoo, just trying to think what we were today, and I said to Brent, I can't believe that you're still home with me every single day.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I was like, I'm not sick of you. This is exciting. Like,
we have our days
it's
just like
Tuesday
anyone else.
right now, and we're at the zoo together with the kids, and we just had the best day. We decided at lunchtime that we'd go down, and just had so much more. We like appointments all morning that we had to get through, and it was just a spur of the moment thing. But we thought with how lucky we are that we actually
Can do
are
that.
here right now and can do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So my next question then would be to people sitting on the fence or saying, oh, it's not an instant payday. How long, you know, to give it before, excuse me, they can expect returns, sort of thing? Because everyone's after that instant money.
Yeah, of course. And look, I think people need to realise that what we have here is not a get rich quick. You know, if that's what they're after, you know, I'll be blunt. This is not it. If you're after something like that, there's probably a good reason why it's a get rich quick, and it's more of it's going to take your money even quicker, and you're probably not going to get that money back. You know, what we have here is a sustainable business that will turn into a legacy business for your family. You know, the potentials for this to open so many other doors for you to have multiple streams of income is just insane. You know, look, how long until you make money? Everyone has different results in this. And I think that's another sort of really good point, is we can give you all the tools. We can give you more tools now than what we had when we started 17 months ago. You know, I've seen people make money within a week. I've seen people, we made money within, 5 weeks? You know, some people are more than that. But what you're really building is the foundation of something long term. And that's the beauty, because you can build your fortune on the side. You can build your fortune while you're still working your 9 to 5 or your part-time job, or if you're a stay-at-home mum or whatever you are. This is something that you can have on the side that you can chip away at, that doesn't really take, you know, full-time hours to get it up and running. But if you're consistent, if you show up daily, if you are coachable, if you listen, if you, I guess, bring yourself and positivity into this, you know, there's no reason why anybody cannot make this work. There's no reason that anybody cannot change their life. Our life changed within 6 months of this business. You know, it dramatically changed after 12. There's no reason why anyone can't change their situation that they're in within 6 to 12 months. Yeah. And that's the exciting thing about online business and being an entrepreneur. Yes, it's harder than a 9 to 5, because in a 9 to 5, someone's just dictating what you're worth. They're hiring you for, say, $25 an hour, and that's all they think that you are worth until your next pay rise, which might be 2.5% more 12 months later or 18 months later.
Yeah.
With what we do here, you're not capped. You know, there's no capping. There's no amount that you cannot earn. You know, if you want to earn 10 grand a week, you put the work in and earn 10 grand a week. You want to earn 100 grand a week? Well, it's a lot of work, but it can be done. Yeah. You know, there's people in this, and as I said before about the multiple streams of income, it's where this business can take you and the doors that it can open. And I guess, you know, it's a really good analogy. Your net worth is your net worth. So, you know, what this is going to do is introduce you to people that you'll be rubbing shoulders with, people that are already earning 5, 6, 7 figures. You know, it's a proven fact that the 5 closest people that you hang around with will determine what you earn. It will be your wage. You know, and I'd love for anyone to watch this right now, just to think right now that your 5 closest friends or the 5 closest people that you hang around, you roughly know what they earn, obviously whatever they do for a living. I guarantee you it will be so close to what you earn, it's not funny. Yeah. So you start hanging around with people that are earning 7, 8 figures, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to start climbing that ladder, and you're going to start, I guess, learning skills that you probably wouldn't learn if you were just hanging out with people that were, you know, earning, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a year. And look, there's nothing wrong with that either, but clearly you're watching this and you're here because you want something more in your life, and that one stream that you've got, whether it be, you know, from Centrelink, whether it be from a part-time job or a full-time job, obviously it's not enough for you, because it's clearly not. You know, these days people need multiple streams. They do. The price of living is getting more and more harder and higher, but your wage isn't following it. And that's why, you know, this has been created, and there are online businesses out there that, you know, can work around you and your life. So yeah, I know that dragged on, but to answer your question,
that's awesome.
That's a good rant, babe.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I have my moments.
Love it.
No, I can't think of any more questions. Thank you so much for sharing with me tonight.
No, more than welcome. I will just leave people with this, because they need to realise, you know, yes, it goes back to sitting on the fence, but really you've just got to think about, do you really want to do the same shit for the next 40, 50 years? Yeah. Or however long you've got left of your working career? Do you really want to spend it doing something that you either don't enjoy or you feel stuck at, or you just want to do something different? You know, we only get one shot at this thing we call life, and unfortunately so many people are living like we've got multiple to live, that they'll just make it better next time. Yeah. You know, I'll just do it next week or next year or in the next 5 years. You know, the time is now. You know, success loves speed, especially with these things. You know, what we have in these businesses, it's a trend. Trends can last 5 years, they can last 20 years. No one knows. But right now, what we have here is trending massively. Yeah. Massively. You know, so I'm not going to say that this is going to run out, because it's not. I told you this was sustainable, but there's always a but. Now is the right, perfect time to get into something like this. And, you know, just don't get to that age, don't get to 70 and look back and just have a heap of regret, because 30 years ago, someone put an opportunity in front of you and, you know, you were too, I guess, conditioned and skeptical that you didn't want to take a chance in life. You know, the clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, and also you don't look back in 5 years' time and say, oh, my daughter's 10 now, where did that 5 years go? I missed
Oh,
out on
yeah.
that time for me, you know, my boy. So
Yeah, the clocks don't stop.
I've done that the last 9 months with Kobe. But I'm home with him every day. It's
The
crazy.
difference is, yeah, we get to watch our kids grow. You know,
Yeah.
most people don't have that luxury, but it is out there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
You have a great night, and we'll keep in touch.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.